my job, and now we're looking at the gold medal.
I feel like it's paid off. The patience and everything you have to go through all that.
It's definitely paid off. It absolutely is. My first team to injury to coming back and competing on a world stage with an audience, and then the decision to not do the quarter of trials and come and finish this race well. Yeah, it's all well.
How deep was this field?
This field was incredible. I mean, I don't want that to go unnoticed. That was an amazing 200-meter final. I didn't know who was going to make the team. I'm not surprised by who made the team, but geez, I knew that I was going to have to bring it. I think the conditions were not as conducive to insanely fast times like we kind of wanted for, but man, I mean, we had to fight for that. It was not an easy win, but all of the girls are such amazing contenders and competitors, so I'm just proud to have been a part of that final.
Gabby, Mackenzie said that you were kind of like happy that she was in the race with, together. Kind of what was it like to have her by your side in that race?
Mackenzie Long?
Yeah, Mackenzie.
Yeah, watching her, I mean, I'm so inspired by her story. I watched her at the NCAAs, and there are so many amazing female athletes in our sport, and some of them just really stick out and stand out, and she's one of them. I'm so touched by her season, how hard she's worked, what she's overcome, and I had a dream last night that she was gonna make the team with me, and I was like, I just know it, I can feel it. We're gonna do this, and so I was so proud of her to see that. And even if she wasn't gonna make the team, I just like she has something really special that I just know she'll make it far in the sport. So I was happy to be running with her. Not my favorite lane, but I mean, the outside lanes we finished top 3, so I'm really happy.
Gabby, she was mad you didn't tell her before the race that you had that dream.
I didn't want to jinx anything, but I'm like, she's got this. She's just an incredible athlete, so I knew she would. But you don't want to jinx anything or make anyone nervous before the race. But I'm really proud of her.
What is that like for somebody to say, "Yo, I want to be you"?
It's really like humbling, actually. I remember feeling that way about other athletes that I would watch. My last Olympic trials felt that way about Allison Felix, felt that way about Jennifer Levy, who I'm still running against, and all these incredible athletes. So to have a younger athlete look at me and say that, it just feels so surreal. But it makes me happy. It really feels like it's giving me purpose, and that's why I do this, to make other girls feel inspired and feel like they can also do it. And Mackenzie Long can definitely do it.
You said gold, eyes on gold coming up next. Between now and then, what do the next few weeks look like, and how are you doing this? What are you doing?
We're gonna try to be perfect this time. I'm gonna go back to Austin, rest and recover, and we're gonna come up with a training plan and really stay sharp. I'm not gonna go do any bad races. I'm not gonna go do anything crazy. And I'm just gonna stay focused and diligent, keep doing what I've been doing that got me here. And the job's not finished. It's easy to look at this and celebrate, and that's what I've done in the past, because this is an incredible accomplishment for U.S. athletes. But now I'm laser focused on
What's the difference between competing at trials and kind of like expected to be in part of
It was definitely very different. Last time in 2021, I was really excited to be here, and I was definitely nervous, but it was a little bit more fun in that way, because every time I would put my hands to another round, I was like, oh yay, I'm doing it. And now it's like, okay, well, I have no choice but to advance to another round, because there's definitely an added pressure. But it's also, it's kind of exciting to know that people are all supporting me and looking to me, looking at me to do something and do something big. A lot of people did. A lot of people are inspired. So that's definitely something that I don't take lightly, and I do appreciate, but it was a lot. I was telling my boyfriend before I came out here, I'm like, this is going to be the worst day of my life and the best day of my life. The first half is the worst, and then the second half is the best. So it's an interesting dynamic.
What have you been doing to help with all the pressure that you've experienced?
I mean, great athletes are built under pressure, and I just understand that. And so, if I want to be a great athlete, if I want to be amongst the names of other greats like Sonia, Allison, Carmelita, Dawn, you just have to compete under pressure and accept that that's part of it. For me personally, I do a lot of meditation, and so just like in my hotel room, in the warm-up, and just hanging out with people who I know support me, who I know will be there at the end of the day, whether things go well or whether they don't go well.
Speaking of sport, do you feel like the start line
Oh yeah, those were my my college teammates. So I ran at Harvard with them, and they are like my sisters. And they're like my day ones, and they've been on this journey with me from the beginning. So they flew all the way out here to come support me. And just seeing them at the start line makes me happy. It kind of reminds me that this is something that's really fun. It's supposed to be a fun time for me. It kind of lightens the mood a little bit. So I'm really grateful to have them here.
Gabby, do you feel the experience out there being helping you?
Actually, yeah, I do. And I'm so grateful for that because there is a lot more pressure when you already have medals, when people know your name, but there's also comfort in knowing, okay, I have done this before, and I just feel that maturity. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna go out and execute, and I'm not gonna let the nerves get to me, and that's a feeling that just you can't explain, but it is so comforting to know that. Yeah.
Just building off that, despite still being extremely young, do you feel like a veteran?
I do feel like a veteran because there are so many new athletes coming into our sport constantly. So people are popping up, people are doing amazing things in college, and now suddenly I feel like I'm the old one because I've been on a couple of teams. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like a vet at this point, but I also feel like I have not reached my full potential. I feel like I can still peak, and that's what I'm looking to do this year. I mean, I feel like this is my year, and I made sure that I did what I needed to do today.
Is that an easy decision to come to say, you know what, I want that. Like, I want the name, I want the recognition, I want the pressure.
It really just happened. I mean, I came into the sport, I came into making the U.S. teams by doing track because I loved running and I loved the personal growth. I loved seeing myself get better and better. That all of the extra stuff and like the media and the support and people knowing my names, it comes with the territory. Some days I wish it wasn't like that. Some days I wish I could just compete under a different name because I want to remember what it's like to just be in the sport without worrying about all of that. But it's fun afterwards when you're winning. It's fun when everyone loves you and is so supportive. But you do have to remember that, you know, it's not about that at the end of the day. And it's about what I do and what I do for myself and why I'm in the sport.
Is there a larger, sense of responsibility knowing that there's an opportunity for the sport and people love you and you can help with that?
Yeah, I mean, every time I go out there, I understand that I'm representing women in sport. I'm representing track and field, and so I'm very conscious of that, and I try to make myself, like, I'm aware that I am a role model in sport. I am aware that there are a lot of younger girls and young boys who are watching us, and so I want to make sure I'm the representation.
And what are you going to do tonight to celebrate?
I am going to have some wine, some pizza and wine. I've been missing it for the last couple of months. I haven't had wine in so long.
I mean, this pizza over there if you want to.
Oh, yes.
Curious, back in 21, you know, it was round 1, 21,
Yeah.
semis 21, here 21, but the fact that it ended, 22, 21, but I mean, do you just have a sense of like, I mean, are you feeling as good or better about the direction that you're headed now after seeing that today?
Yeah, I am. I feel like I competed under a lot of pressure and outstanding turning me to 5 lineup. So I feel very confident in myself. I feel like I've matured so much as an athlete. It's a lot different, like I said, to show up to the line when you have nothing to lose and it's just fun and no one expects anything of you. It's very different to show up when the world expects you to win, and they expect you to win with crazy time. So to be able to do that and accomplish that and have the maturity and focus to do that, I do feel very confident and positive about the direction I'm going.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good. I think just really had to stay.
Yeah, I mean.
I know there's another good sprinter.
Yeah. I mean, there's in our sport, especially with the women, there are always going to be some really good contenders in the line. And I think I've proven that I can line up with anyone and come out on top. So I do think there will be that expectation. But I'm glad that I have a few years of experience under my belt at this point of dealing with that pressure. And I'm confident.
So is the Olympics fun for you? Or is it...
The Olympics is fun for you. I'm not going to lie, the Olympics is way more fun than Olympic trials. I will say that. Once you get there and you can go have fun and compete and just give it your all, and it's a lot more fun. I can rest assured knowing that I've made the team and I'm competing at the Olympics.
Will this Olympics be special because last time you didn't have the crowd, right? Even though you got all success, but you're going to have people around you now in the stands and fans and all that.
I mean, it's exciting that I'll be able to share that with them. I think for me, I'm a little bit more of an introvert.
Congratulations.
What's this thing?
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of an introvert, so I do get distracted and overwhelmed easily with lots of people, but hey, I think it'll be fun.
And I'm just curious, you did say, you sometimes keep tabs on, what the rest of the world is doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jamaicans haven't run their 200s yet, but
Yeah.
curious if you saw like their 100s and
Yeah.
maybe some thoughts on.
I think they're shaping up to be in good form, and I can only expect them to show up when it matters, and I think they will, and they're going to bring it, and so I'm going to have to be prepared. But I feel confident that I will be. I'm more mature, and like I said, I've grown as an athlete, so we know what to expect. I'm going to stay focused and diligent these next few weeks before we head into Paris.